There are places where just buying a home means you've officially signed away your financial future. And worse, many people are doing exactly that, without even realizing it. Florida was once a dream. Blue oceans, sunny skies, low taxes, peaceful retirement. But now, home prices are plunging. Insurance premiums have doubled. Empty homes sit unsold for months. Airbnb hosts are losing money. Retirees are fleeing, and investors are trapped in capital. You think you're buying at the bottom? No. You're probably catching a falling knife. And if you're not careful, you'll become the next victim of the address illusion. What looks like an opportunity is actually a trap with a for sale sign on it. This video will show you the 10 most dangerous cities in Florida, where buying a home right now means stepping into a bubble ready to burst. All backed by the latest data, the realest stories, and insights you'll never hear from realtors. Don't make any housing decisions in Florida until you've watched this entire video. City number 1 on this list is where hundreds once saw a retirement paradise, but are now cutting losses just to escape. Let's begin. And hold on tight to your wallet. 10. North Port, Florida. When the affordable paradise becomes a sweet trap that kills buyers' finances. In June 2025, a 3-bedroom home in North Port was listed for $364,000, $50,000 less than its 2022 purchase price. The owners, a couple from Ohio aged 63, once believed they had found their final safe haven for retirement. But after more than 4 months without a single offer, they were forced to sell at a loss. Not because they wanted to, but because they couldn't carry the financial burden any longer. North Port was once the pride of Southwest Florida, a good, cheap, and comfortable destination for retirees and middle-class families. New homes, lower prices than Sarasota, close to the beach, pleasant weather. But in 2025, that label of affordable paradise is choking the very people who once believed in it. According to Realtor.com, the median home price in North Port has fallen by 3% over the past 12 months. Inventory is up more than 20%, and the average time to sell a home now exceeds 84 days. But those numbers are just the surface. The real storm comes from something scarier: uncontrollable insurance costs after the devastating hurricane seasons of 2023-2024. Hundreds of claims remain unresolved, while homeowners' insurance premiums have doubled in a year, from around $2,000 to over $4,500, not including post-storm maintenance costs. Many people think they're buying the bottom, but in reality, they're holding the rock without knowing it. North Port's prices were pushed too high during 2021-2022, as out-of-state buyers flooded into Florida chasing low interest rates. Now, with rising rates, falling prices, and the collapse of Airbnb profits, what's left are empty homes with owners who can't escape. North Port isn't collapsing overnight. It's melting slowly, layer by layer, as hope peels away like paint on a damp wall. And that's what makes it the most dangerous city. Its calm appearance hides a crisis that residents don't yet know how to run from. If you ever saw North Port as a place safe to start over, ask yourself, are you looking for a home or stepping into a financial maze with no way out? 9. Miami. The luxury paradise begins to crack. Did you know that in June 2025, only 721 homes were sold or under contract in Miami, down about 18.6% from the previous month? And among them, up to 79.1% of homes sold below the listing price, something rare in the once booming market. Rocket data. The average time for a home to go from listing to closing has lengthened. About 29% of those took more than 90 days to find a buyer. Miami was once the symbol of luxury investment: high-end condos, ocean views, and inflows of foreign capital. But 2025 is painting a different picture, one of low liquidity, high costs, and financial pressure from insurance, HOA, and property taxes squeezing the middle-class buyer. The median home price in Miami is now around $577,000, down about 2.4% from the previous year. This shows that the luxury segment still holds value, but the general market is facing sharper downward pressure. Zillow. In fact, according to a report from UBS, Miami is rated as the city with the highest housing bubble risk in the US in 2025. This is no longer a prediction. It's an official warning from international financial institutions. Moreover, nearly 40% of home purchases in Miami are paid in cash, meaning mortgage buyers are at a disadvantage, facing both stiff competition and crushing interest rates. Buying a home here doesn't just require money. It requires the ability to withstand an entire system tilted in favor of wealthy investors. While the luxury market continues to attract ultra-rich capital, the middle class, especially first-time mortgage buyers, is gasping for air as interest rates and insurance costs rise by nearly double digits. Many sellers are still holding out for high prices, waiting for a rebound, causing inventory to stagnate. Only about 7% of listings have reduced prices, lower than the national average, showing that most still haven't accepted the reality of a shifting market. Miami isn't collapsing from natural disasters like smaller coastal towns. It's collapsing from within. False expectations, hidden costs, and a middle class pushed to the sidelines. When you buy here, you're not just buying a home. You're entering an unfair game where you could be the first to lose if the market takes one step back. Did you once think Miami was the peak of investment, or just a passing trend? Write down the area you're considering and what worries you most. I'll analyze whether that place is on the verge of a housing bubble in the next video. If this part opened your eyes, don't forget to like and subscribe so you won't miss city number 8, where the once bustling tourist market is now clearly running out of breath. 8. Orlando. The entertainment capital sinking under financial pressure. If you think Orlando is all about theme parks, tourism, and fun, look closer at its housing market. Orlando was once praised for its international visitors, vacation investments, and expanding influence over nearby regions. But 2025 makes it clear. High prices plus holding costs plus the distortion of tourism are suffocating ordinary buyers. The median listing price in Orlando is now around $395,000, but in reality, many homes must be reduced by tens of thousands of dollars to find real buyers. In many suburbs, beautiful houses sit idle for weeks without a single viewing. Inventory is rising while demand stalls, a clear paradox for a region known for its tourism-driven economy. Charlotte County and the greater Orlando area also report average selling times extending to 60 days or more, double that of the former hot market. Many homeowners list at peak prices and stubbornly wait, absorbing the growing costs. Meanwhile, maintenance expenses, property taxes, utilities, and insurance continue to climb, eating into potential buyers' margins. A couple who moved from another state shared. They bought a house in Kissimmee thinking prices would rise quickly thanks to Orlando's tourism. But after 12 months, they had to relist after receiving roof repair and drainage bills, facing few viewers and no offers. The home wouldn't sell, and they were left carrying costs and interest in a sluggish market. Orlando is a key stepping stone if you want to invest in Florida, but that stepping stone can crack when financial pressure tightens. If you don't account for liquidity, hidden costs, and tourism fluctuations, you can easily get stuck. If you've ever considered buying around Orlando, Kissimmee, Sanford, Winter Park? Comment your area plus your biggest concern. I'll break it down in the next video for you. And now, let's move on to City 37, where suburban calm may be hiding a financial bomb beneath the ground. 7. West Palm Beach. When the Blue Sea dream turns into a financial burden, West Palm Beach was once considered beautiful enough, luxurious enough. The perfect spot for retirement or short-term investment. Not as crowded as Miami, not as distant as Sarasota, its location had always been seen as the ideal balance point. But 2025 is proving that balance is getting harder to maintain. The median home price has now dropped to around $459,000, nearly 6% lower than last year. The number of active listings continues to rise. Inventory in June 2025 surpassed 2,400 homes, while demand has yet to recover as expected. This is forcing sellers either to cut prices or to keep their homes on the market far too long, sometimes more than 70 days. West Palm Beach is particularly affected by sharply rising insurance costs due to its high-risk exposure to hurricanes and coastal erosion. In addition, many newly developed communities lack full infrastructure, causing maintenance, HOA, and service upgrade costs to soar after residents move in. A retired couple shared that they bought a home in a new development expecting low costs. But after just 1 year, they had to pay over $9,000 per year for insurance and community fees. Another quieter pressure. The long-term rental market in West Palm is no longer as attractive as before. Vacancy rates are up, rental prices aren't keeping pace with operating costs, and the shift from vacation rentals to permanent living faces budget barriers from tenants. West Palm Beach isn't collapsing overnight, but the numbers, buyer sentiment, and rising costs are showing that beauty alone can't resist financial weight. And if you're searching for a place that's by the sea yet stable, think carefully before setting foot here. 6. Kissimmee. The dreamy land turning into a dangerous bait. Kissimmee was once known as the perfect suburb of Orlando, close to Disney parks, with more affordable housing, attracting thousands of families and investors looking for short-term rentals. But that dream is cracking day by day. The median home price in Kissimmee is now around $375,000. But behind that seemingly reasonable number lies a tangled picture. The price reduction rate after listing has exceeded 20%. Many homes must drop by $25,000, $40,000 just to get a showing. Optimism is fading, replaced by quiet withdrawals from small investors. The main problem isn't the price, it's the operating cost. Kissimmee was once the Airbnb capital, but in 2025, the number of short-term rentals has become so large that rental prices are plunging during the off-season. Meanwhile, HOA and insurance costs have risen 30–40%, leaving many owners in the red each month. One owner of 2 properties shared that they once earned over $2,000 a month in 2022, but now must pay nearly $800 per month just to stay afloat. On top of that, many newly developed areas lack proper drainage systems and stable landscaping, causing additional maintenance costs during the rainy season. Commuting to downtown Orlando has also become more difficult due to congestion and the lack of timely infrastructure expansion. Kissimmee is no longer the magical Disneyland. It's becoming a harsh lesson for those who believed vacation investing was a one-way path upward. If you're considering buying a home here, ask yourself, how many months of no renters, how many hidden costs are you truly ready to face? So 5. Hialeah, a former lifeline turning into an invisible trap. Hialeah, once hailed as a lifeline for immigrants and Florida's middle class, is now becoming a sealed box, where costs keep rising while incomes stand still. The median home price in Hialeah is currently around $482,000, which at first glance still seems affordable compared to many other parts of South Florida. But with a median household income of only about $43,000 per year, the mortgage payment ratio has surpassed 70% of income, a level any financial expert would warn is unsafe. The danger in Hialeah isn't a sudden collapse, but the slow buildup of pressure that leads to a breaking point. Home insurance up 35% in just 18 months, plus rising maintenance costs, slightly higher property taxes, and increasingly visible weather risks. All of this traps new buyers the moment they sign the contract. Many small investors have already begun to quietly retreat. Listings are up. Price cuts are higher than the state average, while rental profitability keeps deteriorating. A 58-year-old technician shared that he bought a 2-bedroom home here at the end of 2023, but after more than 4 months on the market and 3 price reductions, he still hasn't received a single offer. Buyers have vanished out of fear, while sellers can no longer afford to hold on. Did you once believe Hialeah was a safe destination? After what's happening now, do you still think so? If you've ever lived here or are considering investing, share your thoughts in the comments, because your real experiences are what help protect others from market traps. And if you find this analysis useful, don't forget to like and subscribe so I can keep delivering insights no one else dares to say out loud. 4. Lakeland, Florida. Low prices can't save a market quietly taking damage. Lakeland was once considered the ideal buffer zone between Tampa and Orlando. A central location, affordable homes, and a peaceful living environment. But that very balanced image has led many people into a financial trap with no way out. According to Redfin data from July 2025, the median home price in Lakeland is around $297,000, over $70,000 lower than the state average. But don't let that number fool you. In Q2 2025, more than 29% of listings here had to reduce prices at least once. Average time on market reached 76 days, and unsold inventory is rising fast. Lakeland's problem isn't just oversupply. It's the hidden costs quietly eating into buyers' budgets. Insurance premiums doubling after last year's hurricanes, old home repair expenses, and increasingly visible natural disaster risks. According to a report from Insurance Journal, June 2025, Lakeland ranks among the Florida areas with the sharpest increase in home insurance claims, an average rise of 34% within just 18 months. This has shattered the expectations of many new buyers when they receive their first-year bills. A retired engineer from Pennsylvania shared, "We bought a 3-bedroom home in East Lakeland for $275,000 at the end of 2022. It seemed reasonable, but after 2 years, total costs for insurance, fixing the HVAC system, and termite treatment have eaten over $21,000. And when we tried to sell, no one came to see it. The agent said we'd need to cut at least $30,000 before getting any interest." Adding to that, Lakeland is facing a quiet reverse migration. Many young people are moving back to Tampa or Orlando for work, reducing real housing demand. The rate of unsold listings has increased 17% compared to last year, according to Realtor.com data. Lakeland, once seen as an easy, affordable middle ground, is now becoming a capital sink due to poor liquidity, mounting minor costs, and a gloomy outlook for the next 6 to 12 months. Are you considering a budget-friendly home between 2 major cities? Do you think Lakeland is a stepping stone or a money pit? Leave your thoughts in the comments. And if you found this segment eye-opening, don't forget to like and subscribe to follow the next city. 3. Naples, Florida. $1 million villas can't save the market when the wealthy turn away. In June 2025, a beachfront villa in Naples, once listed for $195 million, was pulled from the market after 92 days without a single inquiry. Not because it was unattractive, but because the wealthy are changing their preferences. Naples isn't collapsing like the cheaper regions. The problem lies in a subtler decline. Luxury homes still stand, but buyers have lost enthusiasm. The median home price here remains around $765,000. Yet behind that stability is a market steadily losing momentum. Many high-end condos now need $70,000, $120,000 price cuts just to attract interest. The average time to sell has doubled compared to last year. According to Redfin, active listings have risen 18% in just the second quarter. The issue isn't just about cost, it's about perceived value. The wealthy are shifting toward places like Charleston, Asheville, and Scottsdale, destinations offering more unique experiences, fresher communities, and a stronger sense of livability. Naples, though beautiful, is becoming dull in the eyes of affluent buyers. Outdated amenities, gated communities with little diversity, and rising HOA and insurance costs. Many resorts still follow old models, no longer fitting the new generation of retirees, those who seek not only peace but also activity, connection, and sustainable value. A retired teacher shared, "I don't want to live surrounded by expensive walls and feel like I'm aging in boredom." She listed her $580,000 condo after 2 years, saying it felt beautiful but empty. Naples isn't dangerous in a collapsing sense, but in a quiet way that makes you regret after buying in. What do you think? Is serene beauty worth more than a life that feels truly alive elsewhere? 2. Palm Bay. Cheap prices are a sweet trap, not a profit opportunity. People are often drawn to Palm Bay for 3 words: it's still cheap. But that very affordability is turning into a financial trap for thousands of new buyers, especially in 2025. The median home price in Palm Bay is only around $314,000, far lower than Florida's overall average. On paper, it looks like a golden opportunity for first-time buyers or immigrants with limited budgets. But behind that sweet price tag lies a series of hidden costs that have left many families stuck. A family of 4 who recently moved from another state bought a 3-bedroom home here, hoping for something cheap and easy. But after just 10 months, they faced reality. Insurance premiums up nearly 40%, old plumbing needing replacement, HVAC system failing, and repair costs totaling $17,000 in the first year alone. Worse yet, when they tried to resell, not a single buyer showed up. Palm Bay carries its own unique risks. Many neighborhoods lie within flood zones and lack modern drainage systems. That drives flood insurance costs up, and some companies have stopped offering coverage entirely. Those who can't afford private insurance must take the risk themselves, and that's where everything starts to fall apart. To make matters worse, the rental market in Palm Bay isn't strong enough to offset the cash flow problem. Average rents are too low compared to operating costs, turning long-term rentals into long-term losses. Palm Bay might sound like a market bottom buy, but it's really a quiet money sink few see coming. Buying here isn't necessarily wrong, but if you don't have solid reserves and a full grasp of the risks, this is where you'll pay with every last dollar in your account. Did you once think Palm Bay was a smart entry point? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you'd like me to dive deeper into nearby areas like Melbourne or Titusville, don't forget to like and subscribe so you won't miss the most honest and up-to-date analysis. 1. Cape Coral, Florida. A city building faster than it can grow, and now paying the price. In May 2025, data from the U.S. Census showed that Cape Coral had the highest rate of new home construction in Southwest Florida. But that same month, nearly 34% of homes listed for sale didn't receive a single viewing within the first 45 days. Cape Coral isn't collapsing because of Airbnb like North Port, but because of something far more dangerous: artificial growth. The median home price now sits around $405,000, which sounds appealing. But in reality, thousands of new homes that sprang up rapidly between 2021 and 2023 created an illusion of investment opportunity. People didn't buy because they needed a place to live. They bought because they were afraid of missing out. And once the influx of new residents stopped, the bubble began to crack. An engineer who relocated from Illinois shared, "I bought a newly built home hoping to rent it out or resell within a year or two. But after 18 months, it's still vacant. My insurance nearly doubled, and my agent told me I'd need to drop the price by at least $50,000 to get any interest." The problem isn't Airbnb, it's the lack of real economic drivers. Cape Coral lacks quality jobs, major universities, and large medical centers, and it survives mostly on speculative real estate optimism. When the market stalls, the entire city feels stranded in a desert of lost confidence. On top of that, many new neighborhoods sit in low-lying areas prone to flooding, making flood insurance a major burden. Average insurance premiums have jumped 36% in the past 12 months, according to a report from Citizens Property Insurance. Cape Coral isn't a mistake because people bought at the wrong time. It's a mistake because they bought into expectations that had no foundation in reality. What do you think? A city with 5,000 homes waiting for buyers. Is that really where you want to place your bet? Florida is no longer a paradise for everyone. Home prices are falling, costs are tightening, and many people are holding a bomb without knowing it. If you're thinking about buying a home, remember, sometimes the decision to step aside in the right spot pays more than investing. Be clear-headed, be selective, and don't let the dream turn into a burden. If you want me to analyze the city you're interested in, leave the name in the comments. Don't forget to like the video if you find it useful, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss analyses that are updated, straightforward, truthful, and not sugar-coated. I'm the one who reminds you to look carefully before you step, because one wrong step costs 30 years.